Mr. Deputy Chairman, sir, this constitution amendment has been brought by the government as a result of the judgment of the Supreme Court in Nagaraj's case, which has been followed in two other subsequent judgments relating to Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan, as the Honourable Minister pointed out. Ideally, in the Nagaraj case, the Supreme Court had suggested that quantifiable data of underrepresentation of scheduled caste and scheduled tribes be obtained. And wherever quantifiable data is obtained and there is an underrepresentation, to that extent, adequacy of representation should be considered. The concept of reservation in promotion was upheld by the Supreme Court. Therefore, there was a very easy course available to certain state governments, and this is the enabling provision which applies to the states, that you could well do a survey and find out wherever there is underrepresentation, you could allow adequate representation in accordance with the law as was declared by the Supreme Court. In fact, states like Bihar resorted to that course and in a very amicable manner were able to fill up the entire quota as was necessary. However, the government has chosen not to embark on that course, but bring about a constitution amendment. Sir, I merely wish to point out three things. My party is fully committed to the concept of social justice. We believe that because of inbuilt and historical injustices, there were inequalities which are built into the system. Reservation, which was originally conceived in the Constitution, is not intended to create that inequality, but is intended to make unequals as equals. It's more a social or a poverty alleviation scheme. It's a social scheme. And therefore, to the sections it has been made applicable, it has yielded dividends. But there are very miles which still we have to travel. However, sir, the principle which has to be kept in mind while using reservations as an affirmative action intended to remove discrimination, that it should not be implemented in a manner so that it starts creating a reverse discrimination. The Supreme Court judgment, therefore, while interpreting both these principles, that it is a poverty elimination program of the government which is implemented through this affirmative action, should not be so excessive that it results in a reverse discrimination. So in Nagaraj's case, the Supreme Court therefore did the balancing act. I'll just read the most operative sentence in Nagaraj's case, which really does this balancing act, and says, we reiterate that the ceiling limit of 50%, the concept of creamy layer, the compelling reasons, namely backwardness, inadequacy of representation, and overall administrative efficiency, are all constitutional requirements without which the structure of equality of opportunity would collapse. Therefore, as a Parliament, we must remember we are exercising our constituent power. Our constituent power is not absolute. Our constituent power under Article 368 is subject to one basic limitation. And that basic limitation is that we cannot alter the basic structure of the Constitution. We can amend, we can alter, we can't change the basic structure, we cannot abrogate the basic structure. And therefore, the words which the Supreme Court has used is that some of these concepts, like the upper limit of 50%, the concept of creamy layer, the compelling reasons of backwardness, inadequacy of representation, efficiency, are the constitutional requirements without which the structure of equality of opportunity would collapse. Now, some of these obviously created a resentment among certain groups, And the government therefore has chosen to introduce this constitutional amendment while amending Article 16, Clause 44A. Now, there have been two earlier amendments. I should clarify that the concept of reservation in promotion, in principle, which was brought by the earlier amendments, has already been upheld by the Supreme Court. So, contrary to this popular perception that this is being given for the first time is not correct. This is already in existence. This has never been struck down by the court. The consequential seniority principle has also been upheld. But because of this, certain complications have arisen. And the present amendment does three things. The first, it says that whichever are the notified scheduled caste and scheduled tribes under Article 341 and 342 shall be deemed to be backward. That is, they shall be entitled to the benefit of 16(4). So the benefit must go to whoever is notified as a scheduled caste or scheduled tribe in Article 341 and 342. The reason for this, and there is a good reason for this, that there is a fundamental difference between those which are scheduled caste and scheduled tribe and other backward castes. The stigma of caste, the stigma of social injustice is a stigma which is very difficult to get out of. Once you are born into a caste, you live your entire life through that caste. Social and educational backwardness are areas which you can travel out of. And therefore, the first part of this amendment places those notified under 341, 342 as scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. This benefit is not available to anybody else. Are entitled to the benefit which are available under the Constitution, that is Article 16(4) for backwards. जो भी Article 16(4) के तहत बेनिफिट है अफर्मेटिव एक्शन का, जो भी संविधान की जो सूची बनती है धारा 341 और 342 में, जिनके नाम उसमें आएंगे उनको वो लाभ मिलेगा। ये पहला इसका अंश है। दूसरा अंश जो थोड़ा विवादित है, और उस अंश को लेकर मेरे मन में कुछ शंकाएं हैं, इसलिए मैंने सदन में सरकार से भी अन्य साथियों से भी बात की है। उसकी वैधानिकता शायद उस पर प्रश्न चिन्ह लग जाए। उसकी भाषा जो संशोधन आपने दिया है वो है, नथिंग इन दिस आर्टिकल, दैट इज आर्टिकल 16(4)A or Article 335 shall prevent the state from making laws providing for reservation in promotions. अब धारा 335 के तहत भी इस अमेंडमेंट के दौरान, इस अमेंडमेंट के माध्यम से सरकार के ऊपर अंकुश नहीं होगा. So nothing in Article 335 will prevent the state from making laws. So I would urge the government to seriously reconsider this. Because Article 335 is a provision in the Constitution which deals with efficiency of service. The language of Article 335 is that while making reservations, मैं पढ़ देता हूं Article 335 को, 335, the claims of members of the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe shall be taken into consideration consistently with the maintenance of efficiency of administration in making of appointments to services and posts in connection with the affairs of the union or of the state. That is to say, कि जो scheduled caste और scheduled tribe हैं, उनके लिए जितने भी प्रावधान किए जाएंगे, वो प्रावधान efficiency of service मेंटेन हो, उसके साथ कंसिस्टेंट होंगे. लेकिन एक कठिनाई आती है, और वो कठिनाई ये है कि जिनके ऊपर ऐतिहासिक दृष्टि से भेदभाव हुआ, शायद वो उस प्रतिस्पर्धा में, मुकाबले में उस स्तर तक ना आ पाए. तो उसके लिए एक प्रोवाइजो दिया गया, और प्रोवाइजो है 335 का, provided that nothing in this article shall prevent in the making of any provision in the favor of members of scheduled caste and scheduled tribe for relaxation in qualification marks in any examination or lowering the standards of evaluation for reservation in matters of promotion to any class or classes of services of post in connection with the affairs of the union of the state. 335 is a very important provision. It says for everybody efficiency standards will apply. They will apply also to scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. But for scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, relaxed standards will apply. उन standards को कमजोर कर दिया जाएगा, वो apply करेंगे. This is already in 335. Now the moment you say nothing in Article 335 will apply, which means neither standards will apply nor relaxed standards will apply. So if somebody has consistently a record of doubtful integrity, or if he has consistently a record of being inefficient or poor, he still would be entitled to promotion. Now it is quite possible that for a general category officer you say he must have 8 very goods or excellence. For a reserved category candidate you must have 4 very goods or excellence. So you can give relaxed standards, or even good can be considered good enough. But to say no standard will apply may be a little difficult. I'll therefore urge the Honorable Minister to reconsider and consider deleting this part of Article 335 being not applicable, because the moment you overrule 335, it will have 2 adverse consequences. One, the efficiency of service will be adversely affected. Secondly, the quality itself may suffer. And more important, it will run the risk of being struck down as unconstitutional, because in Nagaraj's case, the Supreme Court has said efficiency of service is one of the criteria of constitutional requirement without which the structure of equality of opportunity under Article 16 will collapse. So if efficiency of service is completely done away with, then the structure itself will collapse. So this is the second limb. Once the government agrees, and I do hope the Honorable Minister, after consulting on sections and taking their opinion, reasonably agrees to this, then there is only a third limb of the amendment. In fact, the third limb of the amendment corrects a major problem into which we were earlier following. And that problem was that once you have reservation in promotion, you introduce what is called a system of leapfrogging. Leapfrogging means somebody is entitled to a faster promotion than others because there is a reservation in his category. So somebody who could be junior to one person can get accelerated promotion and overtake his senior. Now once this system sets into action, under the original situation, and that's the example our friend Shri Ram Gopal Yadav has been repeatedly giving of the UP Irrigation Department, उनका कहना था कि वहां 5 इंजीनियर चीफ इंजीनियर्स थे और 1 चीफ इंजीनियर इन चीफ था, 6 के 6 एक वर्ग के आ गए इस प्रावधान की वजह से, और उनकी शिकायत इसकी वजह से रहती थी. अब इस कानून में जो अमेंडमेंट आया है, ये लिखा है, वो इस अनोमली को ठीक करता है. वो ये कहता है that laws will be made in favor of scheduled caste and scheduled tribe to the extent of percentage of reservation provided to scheduled caste and scheduled tribe in the services of the state. Therefore, this anomaly is being corrected and now a cap is being put. The result of that cap is whatever is the permissible quota in that state is the quota in the promotional post that will be allowed. Sir, if the Honorable Minister therefore agrees to reconsider the second limb, which is Article 335, then there are 2 limbs left. And the 2 limbs are, पहला वो है कि जो आर्टिकल 341 और 342 की सूची में हैं, उनको इस आरक्षण का लाभ मिलेगा. और इस देश में एक आम राय है कि जो SC ST वर्ग के हैं, उनको आज भी इस लाभ की जरूरत है, इस आरक्षण की आवश्यकता है. और दूसरा ये है, जो एक प्रकार से मौजूदा एनोमली को ठीक करता है कि वो आरक्षण उस सीमा तक हो सकता है जितना आरक्षण उस राज्य के अंदर जिसकी अनुमति हो. अधिक राज्यों में 20% या 22% मैक्सिमम SC ST के लिए है, तो ये उसकी कैप फिक्स कर देता है. अगर मंत्री जी इस दूसरे संशोधन बहस के अंत में बतलाएं, इस पे अगर इसको पुनः विचार करने को तैयार हैं, तो मुझे लगता है फिर ये पूरा का पूरा जो संविधान संशोधन है अपने आप में न्यायसंगत हो जाएगा. मुझे इतना ही कहना था.
ओके, थैंक यू.